The importance placed on diversity within orientation was huge.
Jess really works hard to bring out the layers of diversity within everyone. You know, on surface, we might look the same. In my year, a lot of us were white students, but there are invisible layers of diversity among all of us, and not everyone knows that. And I think Jess definitely understands that and works very hard to make sure that everyone knows what's going on.
Diversity is more than just race. It's about gender identity. It's about sexual preference, basically anything and everything. She doesn't ever give a clear-cut definition of diversity, but I think that's important too, because there's no clear-cut definition of diversity, just necessarily someone different than yourself. So that could be personality-wise and everything. So she explains that to us and how we need to broaden our horizons just by looking past just race as maybe the diverse issue, but just personalities in general.
This past year, I had the honor of helping choose the orientation team for 2012 since I became an orientation team leader. And going through that process, you could tell Jess obviously made the ultimate decision on who was on our team, and she did everything she could to make our team as diverse as possible. She understands how important it is at BGSU to have diversity, and especially with a group that is working with first-year students so closely, you need to have diversity in that atmosphere. And she hired some people that you wouldn't expect to be your typical orientation leader, if there is such a thing, and they are doing great. And I really believe that without her, we wouldn't have had that opportunity to find that fit of people who are diverse but still can work together very well.
We didn't take all those people that, were known across campus for everything that they've done. She took a lot of people and appreciated a lot of different things that they brought to the team.
She definitely pushed for people that were going to learn from the experience, and not only learn from the experience of orientation, but learn from each other.
In our training as orientation team leaders, when we were selecting the new OLs, she placed a lot on that we need a team that can reach out to everybody that's coming into campus, and how important that is that we all aren't the same person.
She definitely pushed us within the importance of diversity as well, because obviously we had friends coming through, or students that even we felt more comfortable around, and she definitely challenged us when we talked about certain students, or when we brought up certain characteristics, or things that maybe we were nervous about. She challenged us on and asked us if there were things that maybe we could grow with, or that maybe that they would be able to grow within the experience, and that was definitely awesome as well. She took our opinions, obviously, but thought outside the box and thought outside of comfort zone, and that was definitely a huge part of making the team very diverse this year as well.
We have our orientation team leaders, so we already had them established before the orientation leader interview process went on. And so Jess had, when she was picking the orientation leaders, she would say, well, they would be a great fit, but they're a lot like so-and-so who's already on our team. So we want to find someone that is a little bit different than them, has a different leadership style, different background, came from different places, so that we can have diversity on our team.
One of the things that she really looked for and expressed to us when we had our orientation leader selection process is that we all have different strengths when coming to this team, and that's what we need. We need a balance between all of our different backgrounds, because that's what makes a team.
And I just learned that it's so important to make up a team of diverse leaders, not just the ones you see all the time. We have to have all different ranges of leaders. So we hired a few freshmen this year because we want that fresh face. We want how their experience was last year. We want seniors who have been to Bowling Green, who have been here for a long time and are moving on to the next level, and what they've learned in Bowling Green can be brought to the orientation team. We want people in the middle. We want students who have had different backgrounds, have had different experiences. And overall, our team this year is, I think, one of the most diverse teams that we've ever had. And it's amazing to see, just at our first retreat, how well we get along. And it may be some people that you never thought you would hang out with before, and we were all together in one place, and it was an amazing feeling. And I think this summer is going to be phenomenal getting to know them even better, because I can learn so much from every single orientation leader. Even though this is my second year of orientation, it's still the first year for a lot of the orientation leaders, and they can teach me just as much as I can teach them about the process, and my leaderships can only deepen from there.
You can only learn from each other if there is a diverse group of students, because if we're all the same, obviously we're not going to learn, and we're not going to grow with each other. So that really was awesome, the importance of diversity that she put within the group, because I'm a much better leader for working with the students that I'm working with that are diverse than, working with just my friends that are similar to me.
She emphasizes a lot too, there's a reason for everybody that's on this team to be here. You bring something unique to the table. There's something different about you and different about each person on this team.
She touches on, in a team setting, how diversity is really important, because each person has kind of like a unique piece, and those pieces come together to form this really cohesive team. And so without this cohesive team, a lot of things wouldn't be possible in general.
Diversity isn't just by skin color or by culture. It is by anything that makes us different from one another. That's one thing that Jess wanted us to know, that we want a diverse team. I'm a energetic person. I'm really outgoing. I'm that personality that some people are like a little bit turned off from. And then there's shyer orientation leaders who are there, that they're the type of leaders that you want to go up to because you feel comforted by them. They're not gonna be in your face. So we want a well-rounded team as possible with so many different experiences.
Really open our eyes as orientation leaders to how important it is to be aware of diverse people that we will be working with, and that our team needs to be able to work. Even though we are diverse, we can all be cohesive together.
She's always talking about that comfort zone that we all, need to step out of, and that's how we become better student leaders and better people in general, is by working with people who are different than us. So it's been very beneficial, and I really appreciate everything that she has done.
Jess works really hard to make sure that everyone is able to know those things about people that obviously they want other people to know about. And through that diversity and understanding of one another, we're able to work better with each other and better serve our students.